Today, my guest is Cliff from The Latest Everything. This guy has got social pages in multiple cities, millions of followers. I needed to hang out because I need to learn about where is the money coming from? What is the most profitable city to be doing stuff in? What's the content that's converting the best and turning into the biggest dollars? And what are you even doing every day? So let's hang out and get beyond the followers. Cliff, welcome to Beyond the Followers, man, and setting us up at this swanky spot here. We're over at Delta Club, right?
Yep, Club Delta downtown.
Club Delta downtown, getting it started here. Tampa, latest media group. What is the umbrella, man? You're like me, just 20 pages of stuff. People are like, how do I talk about it?
Yeah, so I would say Tampa latest is anybody out there who's probably familiar with it. I'll probably call it like press media, you know what I mean? Kind of like the new era of what you see on, I used to see on TV, which is the daily news and stuff. You know how everybody's starting to transition to like streaming service and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
So I kind of try call it like the new media press side of it, outlet, the media outlet pages and stuff like that.
Yeah. And it's only been what, 2.5, 3 years? Not quite 3 years yet?
I think we're going on year 4. You know what's crazy? I don't even remember the start date, but I think it's like year 4 now.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you've had the other pages too in the different markets. How did that expand? What was the first one outside of Tampa that you were like, all right, let's go do this?
It was Orlando or never.
Okay.
So I wanted to kind of expand on different cities and do the same thing because I knew it was going to work in Tampa. Like, it worked in Tampa, so I knew it was going to work in, like, other major cities and stuff like that. So I had different people that I knew in that area, like, personally. And I was kind of, like, brought them on board and showed them how I got started and how I did this and this and that. And then, they followed the system. And the next thing you know, we got, like, 4 cities now that's, like, all pretty much blowing up the same way as Tampa latest did when we first started. So, yeah.
What was the first sort of monetization thing that was happening that made you be like, all right, cool, we do this in Orlando, here's where the money is going to come from, guys, as we're building it? What was that?
Yeah.
What was the first?
So that was in Tampa, of course.
Yeah.
And that's when, as you know, when you start talking about news and in your city, a lot of people want to like jump on board. Like a lot of businesses or a lot of even influencers too, like they want to get in collabs and stuff like that. But it wasn't until like maybe I knew I had something when we started having like multiple businesses. I used to just walk into some of these restaurants and just like when I see something was new on the news, you know how it is. We just walk in, talk, chat to them, and the city want to know what's going on, what's new. And I can't remember what restaurant I did. I don't know what it was. I think it was like a rooftop. I knew people would like it. Mm-hmm. And I went to them and I think I spoke to the owner at the time and then told him what and showing the page and how we make our videos. And then, it was like, it was like $100, bro.
Yeah.
Literally, like, the first deal was like $100, bro. I was like, hey, that's better than nothing. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And so once I got that first one, I said, all right, now we know we can take this anywhere. The same.
I feel like your run kicked off on the followers with the dog on the skateboard, which I had ripped multiple times, and I was like, I need that hit. Where's that hit at?
That right there, I say to this day still.
Like 50. I mean, last time I checked so long ago,
it's like 60 million, bro. That was like
crazy.
My very first viral moment. Like at first, because you always think you got something viral, and then next thing you know, something else goes even more viral. And I used to be like, I used to have this one post when I first started that went viral.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, that's what made me. And then this post, I'm like, nah, this one. So it's always a cycle thing, you know what I mean?
I remember us back and forth when you had that one out there. That was like probably you got to get like 20,000 new followers on that thing over like a couple of weeks. Yeah. Every time you go on, I'm sure you were refreshing like I was. I was like, damn.
Yeah. If you want to talk about follower count, that video alone probably was pushing 20K in a matter of days. Man, I guess the moment people realize, because once they get on your platform and they realize what you do, they be like, oh yeah, I can rock with this site. So it's informative. They post funny shit. You feel me?
100%, man. And the impact that we get to make to businesses, I think, is something that always, I can appreciate when we make something and you definitively know, like, we just sent in a ton of traffic. Mm-hmm. People are in there spending money.
Absolutely.
There's no complaint. Doesn't matter what the, they paid us whatever our fees are to show off what's going on. Like, you've had a lot of stuff with Maru I saw recently where like that's crushed it.
Yeah.
I mean, tons of places, no shortage of, name dropping of the places, but man, to just witness the impact to the smaller businesses, these little mom and pops where, and I don't know if I'm sure you've run into this, where like if I go somewhere and it's a small spot and I'm like warning them now. I'm like, hey, I enjoyed this. I'm going to make a video for it. I know you, maybe they know who we are, maybe they don't, but I was like, if this goes crazy, it's going to be nuts next week. And that is, people are like, oh, we'd love for you to make a video. And I was like, you got to be careful what you wish for, man. Because sometimes it just gets super crazy.
Yeah, I had an incident. I think it was Uncle Reams at the time.
Oh,
when we first started coming out with it, and he used to tell me like he used to sometimes get a long line. That first push rush, he couldn't believe it, and he was like, "Man, this is media." That's how he knew like social media was like a powerful tool.
And then when I came out and did the wings and stuff, he's just like, "Dude, you guys have destroyed it for us," which is. And he's awesome. I was really disappointed when they were like, all right, we're moving. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
We'll get back at it. So from, I'd say the ground floor level of our stuff, the restaurateurs, the local businesses side of things, but both of us have diversified in so many different ways, which I think is sort of the unknown side. I mean, people think that like the platforms are paying us where like, what's your biggest check you think you've ever gotten from like, Facebook, Instagram, whoever.
Instagram and Facebook, man, yeah, right, man. You probably biggest one would probably be $1,000, if that, maybe. Probably
right
even
there.
Less than that.
Right. I'm right there. I think I'm just over 1,000 from some Instagram stuff, but look, there's plenty of people out there crushing it on like TikTok and YouTube, and things are good for them. That's not the space that I have found success in thus far.
It is possible, like especially with possible. TikTok and stuff like that, but it's not always the case, And
I think it's dependent on whatever your industry is too.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's our stuff being so localized. Mm-hmm. We're not getting crazy out there. I hung out with Travis at Santoro's, and they've got like 500,000 or something on TikTok.
Yeah.
And like, I think he said, I was like, you're monetized, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, what's been like the biggest? He's like, the biggest month he had was like 15K from TikTok stuff. It's like, dude, he's like, I don't even know what the hell they're doing. The girls just make some videos and TikTok sends us money. So like as a restaurant, being able to make that cover and other costs and stuff. But what was the pivot for you after knowing that, all right, we can get some money from businesses, we can help them out? Where was the next kind of pivot into?
Was pretty much to use my platform for stuff that I was already doing for other businesses, Like, for example, like what we do in Tampa Ladies, we promote things that's going on in Tampa, like events, and those events that I be seeing, the moment we post some event is going on, we see everybody commenting this and buying tickets, like immediately selling out, like within a week or so. And so I decided to make a pivot into that space and try to like create unique experiences and tap into that space and make that pivot. And that's when I knew, I was like, man, I know this event is selling out, doing the numbers, ticket sales, XYZ. I'm like, well, why not tap into it and see what it's like to be. You already got the platform.
Yeah.
People trust what you're pushing out. They know they're going to have a great time. The way you present it and who you partnering with and stuff like that. And so I decided to take that pivot. And
the first one was the Halloween event last year?
Yeah, Halloween. Yeah, that one went crazy.
Nice.
I never realized that the moment, I guess the amount of people that follow the page, I guess it was either they are a fan of Tampa Ladies or just wanted to be like in part of the event. I'm not really sure, but
nice.
The moment we did that Halloween, we sold out instantly. Like
that's
probably
awesome.
Within maybe a week or two, and it was like over 500 people. Like
sweet.
So we plan on doing another one this year that was our first annual, so we're gonna be doing our second annual Halloween ball coming up soon. We just came from New Year's. We did that one, and that one went even crazier. You have more people on that one. So we plan on getting more connected with big holiday traditions in the city of Tampa.
What did you tweak anything from Halloween to New Year's? I'm sure everyone's like a flood of learning stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So I partnered with someone actually been in the space. So what I did, I didn't want to just jump in there by myself.
Yeah.
So I try to lean into a couple of, event planners and kind of get their input on a couple of things and see what they were doing. And I was like, all right, let me see what I can, spin off a little bit differently. And then once I got kind of like in there and actually, took the leap of faith, I kind of just trusted myself, and then we grew from there. But it was definitely a lot. That first one, definitely learning experience. But now it's like, okay, every time you go through an event, y'all, whoever hosts or organize everything, it's a stressful situation, and things never go as planned. That's the first.
Well, you're laying out money too, right? Like, did you come out ahead on both events?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
I mean, that alone is
that's
tremendous.
the reason why I keep going, because it's actually like you see the overall outcome. You see everybody like enjoying themselves, having a great time, wanting to come back more for another event. And then that's when you be like, all right. But when you're there, you're like, shit, dog, this is so stressful, man. You got to make sure there's so many checklists you got to go through, so many people that you got to be accounted for, vendors,
the team helping, the team put it on. I mean, check-ins and bar staff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. These are like, if it was like a smaller event, I should have started small, but it was really a demand for it. So I was like, you know what, if I'm going to go in, I'm going to go big. Go in, I'm going to just make it go big or go home. And so definitely learn from the first one. And every event you do, you just learn and get better and better.
Man, I mean, it's our buddies with Downtown Crawlers, watching the pivot of everything that they had really out of Corona stuff, when like they would host their bar crawls you would get on a bus and they'd take you from place to place, like the overhead on it, the limitations, the caps. And then like after Corona came, they were like, you know what, we need to do something, but let's just have a bar crawl. And they were like, what? Like, we just made they usually make, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe $8,000 on a crawl. And then they're like, dude, we just did a regular bar crawl and made 20 or 30K and had like none of the headaches, none of this. And then they just changed the way they did everything. And now that's like the biggest event at Gasparilla. I mean, 15,000 people going through their brunch bar crawls and stuff. I mean, it's a massive the team. I can't even talking with them gives me stress and anxiety. I was like, guys, this just sounds, it's, the build up time. That's why you have, these large events, they'll have, that's just what people's job is the whole year. Yep. Planning and prepping for that big stuff. It's incredible. The event industry is wild.
Yeah, I never thought going in when I first created a page that I would be hosting my own events. Like, I thought I was just going to be solely doing, press media, helping local businesses, which we still do and enjoy. That's like kind of our bread and butter as well. But getting more involved was kind of like a goal of mine to get and
I'm happy to support your events.
So it was like, what can I do to bring the community together, but also make sure everyone is having the greatest time? You know what I mean?
We've gone down the events path, I feel like, multiple times, and just that, I'm like, I don't need this. I can do it without the stress.
The reason why I keep going, though, it is worth it, man. The industry is definitely a booming industry if you have the right goals and you have the right
with your
budget.
Followers, connecting with those people. I'm sure the whole night. Maybe not at Halloween I don't know what you dressed up as, but it's like people I'm sure walking up to you all night.
Yep. Absolutely.
What's happening? We love the page. We love this, do that.
Well, a lot of people don't really know I run the page.
You are, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I like that. I'm very incognito, I guess you would say. Behind the scenes, you know what I mean, man. So
man, I remember when I changed that because I didn't feel like doing it, but I was just like, all right, content's doing way better.
Yeah.
And because I'm still having more food stuff, your stuff being more, I think you guys have a lot more news stuff and things like that than I do, but it's, once I started being on the being Mr. Tampa Bay. But it's you know,
because now I know people recognize you when you go. I know absolutely.
it is fun.
Sure.
It is. It's fun. Always have some swag. So if they find me somewhere, I'll give them a hat.
Yeah.
It's great. It really is great. I mean, we are at ChoiceWise, like
But
local.
you're natural at it, man. Like you do a great job at it.
Well, thank you.
So that's what gets people tuned in. And so,
Well, thank you very much. I know you've started down. You set up latest homes. You got latest. Was it latest events that you do?
yeah,
No.
latest events. We got latest rentals. Pretty much, literally latest. A lot of things.
Yeah.
So we kind of like expanding in different things, but we got latest developments where we talk about new developments that's happening in Tampa, either like new home constructions and stuff like that. And then latest rentals, where if someone visiting Tampa, it's pretty much going to be the hub where you can find jet skis, boats, anything you can think, cars. Yeah.
Nice.
You can find it there to rent. Like if someone coming in to visit Tampa, they're always either looking at your pages or my pages and trying to wonder what we can, like where we can go to get this, and this. Like, you know what I mean? So we're just trying to build like a hub where everyone can just go to find literally everything.
Yeah. No, I think you said before we started shooting, you know, for us, I think once we have the audience now, which we're fortunate to have, to where it's like we kind of get to almost look at being these professional middlemen, where it's more, I think, almost like this screening of the services, where like my stuff's been doing great with, let's say, the real estate side. We've got a ton of merchant service stuff, which I got to chat with you about, because like that's just amazing. And now, like, I'm bringing Cheeseology, you know, over in Ybor, like, I'm bringing them, we're launching franchising. Like, so we're developing the franchise brand around the country, coming soon to a city near you, cheese making stuff, to where, like, once you have that credibility, you have the knowledge of building the audiences.
Yep.
You've shown it in Orlando, Miami,
And Houston.
And Houston.
Dallas, yeah.
Like that knowledge, it's like there's no disputing, like we know how to do what we're doing. Are you going to is there a forecast of doing the event type of stuff in the other markets?
Yeah, absolutely, of course. Yep. Yeah, as soon as we got this blueprint down in Tampa, we're definitely taking it over to Dallas, Miami. Like you said, it's like once we realize that we can reach out to so many people and make it very convenient for us to just go to another city and do the same thing. Easy.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So Dallas would probably be the one up next. So shout out Dallas. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I remember you saying that page was really, really lighting it up compared to the other ones. Why do you think that is? Is there as many of like our group of people over there doing content, or is it more?
Basically, what I notice is that these different cities that you go to, everyone's pages are different over there. It's not really as many as it is here in certain cities, but what we create is kind of unique. Like I guess our page is definitely unique than from yours as well. You know what I mean? I remember we had that talk one time. He was like, "Man, you get to post like some crazy stuff. I can't really do that."
yeah.
So
and then Arib had something going on with the strip club, and then he's like, "I got you connected." I was like, "I don't know if it's gonna work very well." I mean,
so yeah, that's kind of what makes us different from different brands out there. Like we trying to like post anything that's raw, uncut. And so I guess that's why we blew up so fast. And so in Dallas and those different areas, never seen anything like that either.
Nice.
So they were able to blow up crazy and crazy fast like that. So just taking the same concept, if the events are working here, I know for sure we do the same concept in Dallas, it's definitely going to blow up. And my boy Ronnie over there in Dallas, he's definitely going to make that happen.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
So the people are in these different areas? There's not like, we're not managing stuff from here.
Well, I actually got my boy Ronnie. He's in Houston and Dallas, so he travels between the both if he need to. Like if it's worth him going to Dallas for some work, he'll fly over. It's like a quick 30-minute flight or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So once they realize too that there's money into this space, and so
Are they kind of leading it a little bit more, like you're like doing some of the whatever the food stuff, the business stuff?
Yeah, so
they're kind of more like page maintenance at this point.
I'm just helping them grow, and they're pretty much their own owners in different cities, and so we just all work together in the city, help each other out, and help each other grow. And as like I said, I'm gonna probably be going over to Dallas, helping him setting up for the events and stuff when he eventually gets ready for that, and kind of like showing him how all the stuff I went through that didn't work and I know I wouldn't do again. I'm teaching him like, all right, we need to do it this way. Cause
what was the most largest thing that they're like, all right, we're never doing that again?
Well, that would probably be like when you post stuff, like I kind of like, sometimes you just mess up on like spelling errors. Like a lot of times, man, like I gotta like remind them always, like you gotta slow it down. Like make sure you get 3 or 4 looks before you even publish like this, and then you got to delete it. No one hates deleting the post, man. It just feels like it just kills the whole algorithm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They told me it was at an all-you-can-eat spot, which I don't think I'm going to do anymore.
Yeah.
But they gave me a price, and then I posted it, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we changed price." I was like, "Dude, this has already been going for like 3 hours. It's doing great. It's just totally going to screw this up now." But
I definitely those videos. I did have a couple of times where I did messed up a couple of prices, but we just let it rock out. People got to understand. I
was dumb and put it in the headline and the caption in the video. Like, if it's in the post text, fine. I can change that.
Oh,
but
I got what you mean.
So there's the lesson. Don't put prices in the video itself. You're not changing that. If it's in a photo, you can delete the photo.
Because what it is nowadays, the economy. That's always they say. The economy is changing prices. They always say that.
Yeah.
And so nothing stays the same. That's what I learned too. So,
man. So before you started doing the event side, because that's so recent, like what was one of the working with businesses, working in the regular sort of media market? What was one of like the biggest months financially that came out of there?
I mean, everything now has just been going crazy. I would say recently, only because now, I mean, if you don't want to put none of the other businesses in there, I guess, but
I think they all support each other. I think, your media stuff and you're working with these clients, stuff like that.
Yeah, I would probably say, honestly, just recently, I'll say like contract year, because we do sponsorships like every January. Nice. And so now, since people have been seeing these sponsors that we do, like a lot of people renewed or they jumped on board, and probably like it's not even the month of like halfway through January, and already probably like the biggest month right now is probably like we are at 50,000 right now just off of revenue.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. And some of that's renewable. That's going to probably come back next year.
Yeah, renewable. Basically, that's what it is. Renewals for the whole year. So this is not just like every month. So like people are paying for the whole entire year. Yeah. And they're paying for the rights to just only promote them in that niche. So they're doing like a pretty much like a buyout.
Nice. January typically is, and I've had that probably for the last 5 or 6 years, tends to be that big hit month. Because I mean, some people pay the one-off stuff, but then some people want to do like, all right, let's just do sponsor stuff for that whole year. Yep. Where you're like planning out like, all right, cool. This is going to be good to pay Christmas bills off and get ahead for the runway,
or to pay your taxes.
Or that's actually, you know what? That's so funny. That's actually what I've always done is like that surplus. Yep. I just put into the tax account because it's coming. Yeah. And I mean, doing what we're doing, like we're not paying taxes all year. Yep. I don't know about you. Well, sometimes depends how you structure your companies.
How you structure. Yeah, you got to pull it out to the side. No, every time.
Putting it out percentage-wise aside every month, high interest savings accounts to try to get on there. But yeah, that's never a. You know what? I'm not going to say it's not a fun bill to pay, because I remember when I was probably in my earlier 20s, it's like, you know what? I want to pay like $1 million in taxes a year. So if I paid $1 million in taxes, like I probably made a lot. Understanding the loopholes and opportunities at this point, but like you're like, all right, I'd like to have that because we can, climb to those. I don't know if I really need to get the responsibilities that come with making so much more, more money, more problem kind of things. Like in that space of, and I don't know I think as things are growing and developing differently for you, you'll start to end up seeing, if you haven't already, when new ideas come up, does this fit into just what we're already doing and help us make more for what we're already producing this and doing that? Or is this like, all right, this is a totally sidelined, I'll say the car thing, for instance, like it's not super out of the way, but it's like, all right, there's going to be some management and some other sides of this. Like, all right, what's going to be that possible revenue on that side? Is it worth this time investment focus? We're going to have to post about it. How much do we want to post about it? How big is the market?
Yep.
Man.
I was going to say, when you're in this space and you want to like branch off, it's more about trying to see what works. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's plenty of times, plenty of things you done try to see if it works. You know what I mean? Even if it come with merch or whatever you want to talk about, like as long as you try and see if it's a market for it, then you can
you tried merch though, haven't you?
Yeah, we tried merch, but merch was definitely a headache.
No,
definitely a headache and just a lot of work just for
very
very few dollars.
Yes. I've done
so I know you got merch too. So
I got these hats just because I wanted when people say hello to me.
Oh, you're going to gift them out?
I'm giving them out. I've got some places that we're going to just leave them and do like consignment, but just because people like them, which is nice. But it's like these aren't,
Yeah, you're not.
Maybe if you're watching the show, here you go. We'll put a link and you can buy the Pursuing Awesomeness hat. A little shameless plug there, but we've gone through, dive bar content always crushes it. And we had, I had a buddy who did like printed shirts on demand. And so we did, Tiny Tap the Hub, Elmer's and Corner Club, like kind of like the Tokyo Paris thing. And we're like, these are going to crush it. We'll just attach them to some post.
Yeah.
Post went crazy. We sold like 6.
That's what I'm saying. We had these funny, I think it was a hurricane shirts or something. I forgot something. I'm from Tampa shirts. They were killing it. Like we did a post. I'm like, why is no one buying it? Like, you know what I mean? It's like a waiting game, man. It's like you never know. You can't gauge it. I don't like feeling like that. So
I see the people with some of like the local hats and stuff, and I see a lot of people wearing them. But I'm like, all right, if I see 100 people, like, all right, cool. How many hats did you actually sell?
But there's people out here in Tampa doing their thing with merch, and like a lot of local. I see a lot of local merch out here, which I be seeing them really go viral. So merch it can work. It's
got to be your business.
It just wasn't for us at the time.
Yeah, no, I've too many attempts. I'm done. Like we'll have some stuff just like if it happens, it happens. Exactly. To where. Especially, I don't know if there's sites, I'm sure there's like Teespring kind of stuff that was available where it's like, all right, you can go on an order and they're just like printing them on demand. Your margins are crap, but at least it's a way to test out the ideas before. Yeah,
well, with margins, that's what made me realize I had to pivot more into something that was actually more profitable. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And so the event space were definitely, it's been killing it for us. We plan on trying to eventually throw something like probably like the biggest events in Tampa.
Nice.
Hopefully one day. We'll probably get there one day. So that way we can.
Well, if you beat Gasparilla, that's going to be pretty.
Yeah. Boy. So that's once I realized that the profit margin was there for events and you kind of do it the right way, it was actually worth it after all that stress. And we had some very good revenues from each of our events. And so we definitely are going to keep the pedal to the event space. So we're going to keep it rolling.
That's awesome. And what's the next one coming up?
So the next one coming up is in, the biggest holiday in Tampa, man, Gasparilla.
Very nice.
And we partner with Maru Rooftop Edition. It's going to be an exclusive event. It's really not it's really going to be one of our smallest event that we did, just because of the space. The
space is not
big. Yeah, we're limited to probably just about 200 people, and we just posted about it like yesterday, and literally half of it just went. And we're not going to be able to sell anymore after all those are gone. So Gasparilla is just crazy. So
yeah, then there's so many. Everything. I still can't believe they're doing the night parade on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Speaking of that, after the Mari Gasparilla thing, we're going to be right here in Delta for pre-Valentine's Day. Is going to be on the 12th of February.
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. And we're going to do a singles night. trying to get people matched up before Valentine's Day.
Look, the single events, I've had, I think, tremendous success with posting anything single event related kind of stuff. Man, like it's I think, interesting between, like you, Arif, and myself from, I'll see just the way that each post interacts so differently.
Yep.
To where, like, I've got older people. I've been doing it for longer than everybody. It's like, all right, my people have grown with the page. Or like everybody else is this younger
I
crowd.
didn't think about it like that. Yeah, you had your page for a while, so now they're quite older now.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
So 12 years, some of the long-term followers are just like, yeah, dude, too old for this. This isn't going to work.
Yeah.
But just so much fun, crazy stuff to where the opportunities in that local space just...
No, you know what? After I think about it, you're absolutely right, because once we started hosting events, I didn't really know, like, what the type of group of people that would be coming out in our event. And everyone that goes to our event always says the same thing. It's the most diverse crowd they ever been part of. Like,
nice.
Literally, you can't even tell, like, one type of group is just mixed between all ages, literally.
That's awesome.
And then I guess that's probably why it's just been so popular lately. And now I kind of realize it's like you never know what group is going to come. It just it's a unique
wild
experience.
And so, well, my friend Linda here, we do walks and runs through downtown Thursdays, and we were joking one day. She just like, who's like the demographic of this? Like, statistically, I have what that looks like through all of the pages, and then we're just like walking, and then like some super old white dude is just like, hey man, I follow all your pages. And then some younger black chick is like, I love this content. And it's like, dude, it's just so far in all of the spectrums, all the races, everybody, like, it doesn't matter what we're doing. And like, how people are going to engage with the type of content. Like, I think the one thing that I had recently, which didn't do well for me and crushed it for you guys, was that ice skating thing.
Oh, the
R&B ice skating thing. Like, I was like, this is going to do great, because it's like ice skating. No one's talked about this before.
Very unique, yeah.
You and Reed like blew it out, and I'm just sitting there like, I think you had a thing with like 20,000 shares. I had like 500. I was like, this is terrible. What's going on?
But the thing is, you never know what's going to hit on Instagram. And so when we work with a lot of these clients and businesses, I always tell them, like, we never guarantee that
you can,
that this post is going to do like this other post is did. Like, they expect it. Yeah. But I tell them up front, we don't ever claim that your post or your press release is just going to go through the roof.
No.
You know what I mean? And they have to like really, you have to really like explain to them like how, you know, algorithm works, and like how, you know, why some page posts, you just never know. You know what I mean?
I think and I don't know if you found yourself in this consulting space, but when someone, like restaurant XYZ, asks you to come out and do something, you're just like, I know this isn't going to work.
Yep. I already know what he was going to say.
And it's like, guys, you know, they're like, oh, we got a new sushi spot. I was like, okay, nobody cares about another sushi spot opening up. We had that with this ramen spot, and, you know, Joe was just like, hey, you guys have small cups, make us a ramen flight. Like, I could sell that. We sold like 400 ramen flights the next week. I mean, was it talking about a California roll or a ramen flight?
Yeah, that's the thing. And then you get those you know, those business owners that just want you to promote it their way. And, you know, it's like,
no.
I mean, we could kind of do it a little bit better. And they're like, no. We want it to look like this. And we're like, all right. Hey, I'm telling you right now, we're not responsible if it doesn't do.
I walked away now. I'm not even doing it. I had too many people, and it's like, guys, do you have an audience? Like, this is what we do.
Yeah. I mean, I try to give them feedback, but like I said, some of them just want to get presented in the way that they drafted it up, which is cool. I mean, by all means, like, it's not, but if you want it to look like that, it's your brand. Like, at the end of the day, it's your brand. So my job is to give you feedback. Like, we run these pages so we know what works or what we assume might do well. If they don't choose that feedback, then that's all of them. You know what I mean? So we try our best to try to, like, analyze it, consult them. You know, maybe you should hire some of our photographers, videographers, get a couple more content on your page just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, just to make sure that once they come in, because, you know, once we post, it's like, if it do hit, a lot of people are going to go to your page. And if you don't have something like a call to action, take all this data or whatever, then you're just going to lose all that traffic. And just is just going to go to waste, you know?
100%. I've at this point, just like, I can appreciate that they have like, look, guys, you do what you want on your page. Like, we're going to do, this is what we do. This is the page. This is the style. This is the headline type of things. And, you know, we've tested it out with some of our like more bougier brands around town. And they were like, hey, we want to do this at the rooftop of the pool and this and that. And I'm like, this is my headline deal. Like, oh, we'd like to say it this way. I'm like, all right. It's like, I'm going to do it their way. And then I was like, and then I did it my way like a week later. And I'm just like, this, the bougiest stuff, blah, blah, blah. Like that crushed it. Like 200,000 plus whatever views. Exactly. I know it hits it. Theirs did nothing. And it's like, all right, I'm to the point that, you know, I'd rather walk away and not do it because I don't want to post something that's not going to do well.
Yeah. They definitely, I definitely have been hit with a lot of unique requests, you know, that we just typically don't even accept at all. So we definitely steer away from things that I know probably wouldn't match well, you know what I mean? But
I'm sure you guys get hit up like I do. I mean, you'll have a lot of service type places.
Yeah.
You know, roofing companies and this and that. It's like, all right, we can get creative, but it's like our stuff's fun, unique, different, where, you know, I think the thing that I have, like I've tried with it is, like I had a dentist, I think, or actually not a dentist. I went and got my eyes done and he was like, hey, can we promote what we're doing? I was like, no one's going to care. I was like, if we do something, if you guys find yourself and you're saying, I'm going to do, all right, free eye exams for kids, like I can do that. Like community fun, connective, everybody's happy, like the charitable stuff. I did it with Marco's Pizza because I was like, guys, that's not really my thing. They're like, all right, we're going to do a food drive. Kids can come make pizza for free. I'm like, all right, cool. Holidays, canned food, free pizza making. We check the boxes. Let's go put it out there. But yeah, the how unique do we have to get and how much more effort is that going to end up taking? Did you let people go out and shoot? I mean, you've got a team as well that's going out doing, putting in work. And
I stopped. I haven't done a shoot in like maybe a year or two now.
So what is your day-to-day world? Like, what is that looking like at this point?
Right now, honestly, to be real, I kind of need an assistant now. Like I've been trying to be more of on the back end side of it, like answering emails. I like to be the one like making sure like the captions are right, the stories. I kind of like do research. I'm just doing like the research on like what stories are popping or what I think would be best, or the relationship side of it. Like trying to keep the relationship between me and some of my clients. Like here in Delta, we do a lot of work together where he has a lot of different celebrities come out, and so he kind of like, we got this great relationship here, and so we kind of like go back and forth with like different news. So that way we can always work continuously. We got that relationship. So I'm more in just building out, keeping a relationship with different business owners and stuff like that, and then trying to build the next event. You know what I mean? We're working on that partnership. So I'll probably go out trying to find another venue. My day-to-day is everywhere, man. Like extremely busy.
Look, when you have an audience, like you're bringing people, everybody's usually happy to be like, okay, cool. What do we need to do?
Yeah.
You know, you're bringing money in the door. Cool.
Yeah. And then sometimes I consult too. Like I have to go out there and take calls and like explain to them how our process works. Luckily, I just got some help for that. I just like to be the one making sure that people, because a lot of people don't really understand how to really explain what we do, because it's a lot.
Yeah.
So to find someone to kind of like know each and every detail of the Tampa Latest brand is kind of difficult, but we got a good team now, and now I'm just more. I like to be behind the scene. I like the relationship side of it. You know what I mean?
I think the thing that and it's similar to what made this one of your, the January time being that huge month in the relationship side, where I think when you get started, everybody's hitting you with all kinds of ideas.
Yeah.
And after doing it for however many years now, you've got you've got enough relationships that you can kind of go deeper. And it's like, okay, cool. Stuff we're doing at Delta is doing awesome. Similar thing, like you had some posts and stuff going on with Maru. You're like, all right, cool. We can do something here. They're confident in that relationship. Exactly. Everybody's knows what to expect. The same way we got to come shoot her. I mean, was it Ray that we met?
Yeah, Ray.
Yeah, Ray's just like, I don't even know what you guys are doing. I trust Cliff. Like, whatever it is, to where like those are so invaluable. I think that's
exactly
when you can build the relationships, which I think is something that I'd say the best compliment that I get from any restaurateur or business people that I'm dealing with. They're just like, you're not an influencer. Like when they say that, I'm like, thank you. Because I feel like that term and the context around it just feels like churn and burn. Mm-hmm. They just want to get in there, get money. I stopped at a buddy's the other day and he's like, dude, this girl hit me up and wanted to do a collab and she just wanted to trade. I gave her a gift card. She took the food. It was a meal prep place.
And never posted.
Yep. Like, it's just like, man, it's, the peeling the curtain back, part of why we wanted to do the show and just like kind of push people. Like, I think the one thing that has changed that, I don't know why, I let it frustrate me, but it pisses me off where like you'll have people in the creating space and like they're hiding their likes and their views and their numbers. Like, this is what you're selling.
Yeah.
I mean, like, fine for your restaurant or who cares, like, how many video views your stuff has. But if you're doing what we're doing and selling a visibility, transparency is,
Yeah, because what you don't want to do is, if a business owner is out here and they want to work with other influencers, they should know that you need to get analytic reports from each video, see the numbers, making sure, because there are people out here that, they'll boost up their views and just, screw businesses over.
Yeah.
And the business owners don't know, you know what I mean? They just think that, oh, this person got a bunch of followers when they really don't, you know what I mean? There's all bot followers. So, and that kind of hurts us in a way too, because they think we got fake followers with all these numbers of, people that are following us. And so we have to explain to them, like, we're actually legit. We do like 10 million impressions a month, like off of our pages alone, and show them like different clients that we work with and show them like their results. You know what I mean? So
do you find yourself having to have a lot of these types of conversations?
No, I used to.
I used to.
Okay. Now it's more of everyone kind of knows the platform now to where they just want to be on it. You know what I mean? They see all the engagement that we just did one with the Caribbean Festival that's coming in. That one
crushed it too.
Crushed it. And so you'll get people wanting to build relationships like that and wanting to become the next business that blow up on the platform because they see other businesses blow up. You know what I mean? Either with influencers too, like they may see an influencer get the video and they blow up, and then they want them to come too.
Totally.
So it's just about having. You just got to have the knowledge to know.
I think I'll find when somebody. So you guys did that, and I was chatting with them too, and I was like, "Look, guys." They just posted this.
Yeah.
It's going crazy. It's like, why don't I wait a few weeks?
Exactly.
Because we don't need it right now. Like, and the event is so far away.
Exactly.
It's like in May. And I was like, look, there's 2 amazing posts going on already. Like, but having that also, that knowledge to see where, Tiana and I have a lot of overlapping places because like she'll tell, we'll share, resources back and forth and they'll see her video go crazy. And then it's like, all right, guys, like, we might not go crazy on this one. She threw a little bit different spin on it. Like, there was.
Yeah. And that's another thing. Some business owners, they hire a lot of influencers or press releases and they see one and they expect every single thing I think how you're doing it and informing them that you should wait 1 week or closer to the event or, space it out. You know what I mean? You got one that's already hitting. Be smart about it. Use your funds wisely instead of just spending it all at once. You want to be able to circle through,
the influencer events.
Yeah,
like, people invite us to events. Yeah. Guys, like, you don't need 10 of us to be there at one time and post over 1 week. Everyone's burned at that point.
Yeah. Or you can even do it like we just did the post a couple of days ago. Then you can hire that same person, do it again. You see that they they crushed it the first time. Why not use them?
Or for you guys, look, I mean, I don't know if you've done this at all, but like those, I mean, that Caribbean one especially was, I mean, huge. It's like, guys, if you're going to spend some money, just run an ad on this one.
Yeah, totally.
And it's going to be super cheap. You know, whether it's like, hey, you can either give Joe money and get some other audience, or just run some ads on this one.
Absolutely.
It might be less expensive. And then having those to say that, the one thing that I made a big change on over the last probably 8 months is performance-based compensation.
Yeah.
Like, no one's ever arguing with that, where it's like, all right, guys, I'll do $75 for every 10,000 views, capped at 750. They're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
If it flops, it flops.
Yeah. I mean, what would you say? Because now, that's definitely a good one. But I know some people probably would ask, like, you know, what if you paid for the views? You know what I mean? Like, how would they know?
Well, I mean, that, yes, you have that from, you know, how would other people know, where it's like that building of the trust with what's going on. And it's like, yes, we're not doing that. Yeah. So obviously
it's just, I just seen
other people obviously can
mimic and
juice it up. Yeah. And don't be shady. Like, don't screw it up for everybody else.
That's the issue, is that there's a lot of people out here that's screwing people over.
Yeah.
And now it's like, you know, for us, it's helping us in the long run, because they are going to people that you're working with are, you know, recommending, you know, your pages, our pages to do work with. And so they just like, they probably got screwed over by somebody else. They'd be like, no, don't use them. You got to go to Tampa Bay is awesome, or, you know, Tampa Bay is, those are the biggest platforms out in Tampa. And I'm starting to realize that literally we're just like the main honchos out here in Tampa. Right?
And I think from the confidence building component to where, like, let's say I'll do the performance based side, like, obviously I'm still chatting I'm like, hey guys, it's crushing it. And then it's like, are you seeing stuff going on? Because there's sometimes when we'll have something, you know, there was a guy in Largo, and they do, it's called Dirty Sodas.
Yeah.
Apparently it's a big thing in the Midwest, I think. And I was like, the video is going to do great, but where you are for my audience and where it is, like, are people going to drive to get a soda? I don't know. So I'm like, we'll roll the dice with this. We'll do performance based, but then we'll talk about, like, if it crushes it, but no one's coming in, like, we'll just do it as a wash. Like, I'll take the hit too. And look, no one's ever arguing with you, and you're just like, I won't get paid if you're not making money. Like, when you're able to go into places and stand behind the deliverable, where, you know, marketing companies just piss me off, man. Like, everyone's just getting paid to test out shitty ideas. And if they were so good at them, I think that they would just go do them for themselves. But yeah,
it's definitely a learning experience for new business owners, you know, especially when they start to get into the social media side. You get some of these bot accounts hitting them up. And so I try to advise them as much as possible, like, you know, be careful for some bot pages that will hit you up immediately asking to get promo on. And, you know, some people are just not aware of how social media work. And so luckily, word of mouth is really, really big for us. And we've been, you know, killing it ever since.
I think the one thing that you said earlier of once you do, let's say, an event, the other events, it's like when we do any kind of content in a specific, you go do a massage place, or you do an Asian place, or you do a taco place, or whatever, like next week, believe whatever you did last week is hitting us up the following week. Like, guys, like, I'd love to get massages every single day, but I can't talk about every spa.
Exactly. And that's the thing too. You gotta, these businesses, you have to, I say, believe in your company to actually want to grow more, right? Some of these businesses are stagnant and not growing more than what they're doing because they're not investing into marketing. You know?
Totally.
And so the ones that do hit us up for, like, massage places, you know, doing things that other massage parlors not doing and investing into their marketing. Now they have they're investing into their business, using you to go out there and explain what they got going on and generating many revenue for them. And it's like, you know, brand recognition is everything, you know? And so if businesses can kind of like turn that switch on and actually realize that marketing is I say it's like $1 billion industry, man. Like you really can make or break your business depending on your marketing.
Well, I think, and I'm sure we've read it in whatever books it is, but it's just like people think that they're starting XYZ business. It's like you're starting a marketing agency. Yeah. You just got a product that now needs to be sold. And if you're not going to be able to spend the time doing that, like that's where it lies. If no one, you can have the best whatever going on.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if no one knows about it.
Gotta invest into your business no matter what. I mean, if your business is super popular, then you can just rely solely on your own type of marketing on yourself. But everything else, you got to reinvest into your business. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, really.
Man. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little while and chopping it up. And looking forward to seeing the events next year and popping off in the other cities. And we'll go jump in one of your fancy rental cars when it comes out.
Man. Yeah, when we get on that road, definitely come to one of these events. I told you I invited you to.
I know you did. I'll
get you a whole nice little area for you, dedicated just for Tampa Bay golf, man.
sitting there by myself.
No, bring the squad.
Joe, bring the squad of people. People like the old people. Joe and I went to Sam and Tom G at a single release party.
Oh, really?
Like a week ago, and Sam, sent me the invite. He's like, "Love to have you out." I was like, "Yeah, we'll be there." And he's like, "It's from 9 till 2." And I'm just like, "All right, old guy world." I'm just like, "All right, we'll be there at 9." we're at Alter Ego at like 9 o'clock, hanging out for like an hour. I'm just like, I'm tired, bro. I'm just like, I can't wait. Sam's not even here yet. I had to text him. I was like, "Bro, I'm sorry. I gotta take my daughter to school at like 7."
Well, good thing is our next event is at 10 a.m. So it's gonna be 10 a.m. man. Tampa, they pregame early, man.
Oh, you're talking about Gasparilla. I thought you meant Sam and Tom. I'm just really? I was like, the Snack Trap's not open that early.
No. Tampa's latest next event is a morning event. So
10 a.m.
10 a.m. So
on the 31st.
No excuse why you get tired.
I'm a day. Look, you get me day drinking, early morning stuff.
As soon as you wake up, there. I'll call you Uber to pick you up.
I'll be good for it. Man. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. Looking forward to it. Thanks for tuning in to Beyond the Followers, and hope to see you next time. Peace. Thanks so much for tuning in. We've got our next episode right here. If you have any questions, just leave us a comment and don't forget to subscribe.